Hello and be welcome to another episode of Let's Develop with Maven in Eclipse. We're still in the middle of our release, and in case you're wondering why this is an episode about Maven in Eclipse and I'm not in Eclipse, the problem really is that performing a release, I'm not sure, maybe because release is normally interactive, so you have to provide some information, but maybe for some other weird issue is not working for me within Eclipse. So after I did the preparations, modified the POM file accordingly, I just switched over to the terminal to actually run the release commands of Maven, because this is how it works for me, and that's the reason we're currently here in the terminal, although this is supposed to be Maven in Eclipse. Anyways, back to topic, let's dive right into the next step. We just concluded the release preparation phase, and we're now actually ready to do the release performing. So all we need to do in order to achieve that is to type maven release perform and hit enter. This is actually doing multiple things. So at first, this is going to clone the Git repository, add the tag we submitted in the release preparation. And then it's going to execute a normal Maven build on that checked out version. And then it's deploying the build artifacts. You can see here the game loop 001 jar, which is the game loop jar with the release version, deploying that to the release repository I configured in the distribution management. And it's also pushing the POM file here and whatsoever. And then at the end, it's saying build success for this building of the release version, and then build success for the whole process of the release. And what we can see now, if we switch over to my Maven update site, is that we have in the release folder now a deployment of the version like we've seen before in the deployment episode for the snapshot version, only with a release version number. And one thing that makes this difference from snapshot version, there's no tag here, no timestamp of the actual deployment, because this is a release version and Maven by default treats releases as unchangeable things. So there cannot be a newer version of a release or older version of the release or something like that. Release is solid, it's tagged in your version repository, it's published, and whoever's going to depend on that release version is going to depend on that very exact same release version. And if you want to provide a newer version, you have to do next release, say 002 or whatever. Okay. That's actually already everything you have to do to perform a release after you did the preparation. So this run is really easier. Another thing I quickly want to mention is that normally the way you can run a Maven release is by issuing the command maven release prepare release perform this way, and running that in one step. This is what most people do because it's really not necessary to split that in two, as there's no manual interaction for the performing phase required. Only split that up here for you guys to make it more clear what's happening when. Okay, that's already concluding Maven release. I hope you've seen that it's actually not that difficult, at least not if you stay with the defaults. And yeah, hope you could take something from it. If so, give me a thumbs up. If not, drop me a comment, send me a message, let me know what you want to know about Maven releases. There's a whole lot more to cover, I know that. There's many things you can do, but let's stay with the simplest approach, the basics for now, and then maybe look into the depth of the Maven release world details in upcoming episodes. Okay, hope to see you there.